Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Double tap as you join. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how you're doing. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Does that say one love? How are you? I like that. I'm Jamaican, so I like that. Bob Morley. Bob Marley. One love. Good morning, Jenny. Good morning, Prince. How are you? Put my glasses on so I can see y'all. Hey, Francis. Good morning. The glory of the Lord. Yes, that's what it is. That is exactly what it is. It's the glory of the Lord. That's what it is. Miss Gloria, you didn't even have to ask. You knew. It's the glory of the Lord. That's all it is. Good morning, everyone. Come in the room. Come on in. Let me know how you're doing. That's right. It is the glory of the Lord. The glory of the Lord. That's what it is. Good morning, everyone. Come on in. Come on in the room. Good morning, Liz. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Purity. Okay, let me share this out so we can get this number up. Let's share it out. Last couple of minutes. Really? Let's see who is this. Kaya. Kaya, you gotta, first of all, that is not proper platform etiquette. Kaya, that's not it. You don't hop on someone's live and type that. Good morning, Eileen. That's not proper platform etiquette to do that, okay? And if you want to learn more about social media, you can grab my social media masterclass, okay? All right, my friend. But that is not proper platform etiquette, my friend. Okay? All right, good morning, everyone. Come on in. Good morning, Brian. Good morning. Good morning. What a way to start your morning. What a way to start your morning. And why would you say that? Hey, Dan, how are you? Now, I got time this morning. I've got time today. Why would you wake up this early in the morning and make that statement? The first thing you mentioned is they don't work. How do you know they don't work? The day and age that we're living in, people work from home. So if you came to that conclusion that if them staying home is how you came to the conclusion that they don't work, that could be wrong because people do work from home. And why mention that they have new cars? Is there a little bit of jealousy there? I think you're focusing too much on your neighbor. You could use that time to do something else. You could. And it sounds like you have some deep-seated anger against them. You got to work on that, my friend. You got to work on that. You have got to work on that. That is not a healthy place to be in. Okay? It's not a healthy place to be in. To be so consumed by what your neighbors are doing is... I got time today, so I really want to help my friend. And you keep stating the country that they're from. People are going to be people. And again, oh my God. All right. But I got time today, so let me answer you. What do you need What do you need, Brian? Tell me, what do you need? Tell me, what do you need? Let me share this thing out. Good morning, everyone. Come on in. I guess we can have conversations today because I have time. What is that word? I've never seen that word. What are you saying? You need guarantees? Is that what you're saying? Once fundamental change in America. What are you doing to cause change in government, Brian? Let me ask you that. What have you been actively doing to cause change in the government? Let me know. What have you been doing to actively cause change in government? I'll ask you that. Okay, great. The numbers are up. Awesome. I was just using up that time. But I hope that you're doing something to change the government because you're complaining about it. In my world, I don't complain unless I'm doing something about it. Okay? And it would help you if you would live by that. But in my world, I don't complain unless I'm going to do something about it. So if you're complaining about the government, you have to be voting. You have to be bringing people, like actually picking up people and taking them to the polls. You have to be educating people on the decisions that they're making when it comes to the government. So if you're not doing anything and all you're doing is complaining, this one did this one did that, then you are not helping anybody, my friend. Okay? And you're going to be the very first person I block. I never block anyone, but you're going to be the very first one. So let's keep it going. All right. So I've never blocked anyone, but I don't think he's open to learning. So, yeah. You'll be the first person that I block because you're not open to learning. You got to be open to learning. If you're going to say all of this stuff, like, you got to listen. Yes, he's the first person because that was intentional. As soon as I started the live, he came on with that. So that wasn't. But anyways, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the room. Welcome. I'm Anika V. Brown, Master Life Coach and Mentor. His comments were getting a little bit too out of line. I understand you stating your opinion. That's fine. But when you start cursing, that I will have to block. When you start cursing, I will have to block that. Okay? All right? Yeah. I don't want that, especially not at this hour of the morning. No. I don't want that energy at all. I don't want to entertain that. So the first time I'm blocking someone, yeah, and he earned that. All right, so welcome to the room, everyone. Thank y'all so much for coming in the room. I'm Anika V. Brown, Master Life Coach and Mentor. Welcome to my virtual space. I'm live here Mondays through Fridays, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. This is my schedule right here. Let me pin that. Hey, Melissa, good morning. How are you? So that is my live streaming schedule for those of you who really want to learn and you really want to show up for change. That is my schedule. You're going to join me here Mondays through Fridays, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Join me right here for Command Your Day. All right, so we like to get started with our gratitude check-in. Hey, Erin, good morning. All is well. Praying all is well with you. So we like to get started with our gratitude check-in, okay? We are not sitting around complaining. No, we're not. This gentleman that I just blocked, he's complaining that his neighbor is driving a new car and they're not working. Why would you be so consumed with that? If they're doing something that they're not supposed to do, the law will handle that. Why are you so angry that they're driving new cars and not working? So we're not sitting around complaining. That is a waste of time, a waste of life to be that consumed in somebody's life. So we're not doing that. Let's find things to be grateful for. So go ahead and drop in the comments some things that you're absolutely grateful for today. What are you grateful for today? Let me know. What are you grateful for today. We're not complaining. We're finding things to be grateful for. Grateful for all of it. Awesome. Grateful for everything. Awesome. I love that. I love that. Now, gratitude opens us up to abundance. So we're not complaining. I'm going to say that again. I'm not complaining. We're learning, we're finding things to be grateful for. And we're learning how to practice gratitude every day. Doesn't matter what your circumstances are. All right. I'm grateful to be alive. Amen to that. Grateful for this moment. Ooh, I love that. Being present in the moment. I love that. I love that. Maybe we'll talk about mindfulness next week. Okay. I'll add it to my list next week. Mindfulness, being present, being in the moment. Stop being so consumed about the mistake you made last week and so worried about the future and anxious about the future. Be in the moment. Enjoy the moment. So I love that. I love that. Grateful for health. Awesome. Grateful for this community, good health and calm spirit. I love it. I love it. Grateful for a new day. Hey, Paul, how are you? Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we practice gratitude here because it helps to keep us in a mindset of abundance. No more complaints, because as crazy as you think your life is, there's somebody else out there that is going through worse. I promise you, right? I promise you. When somebody gave an analogy some years ago, I heard it, like the monkey in the tree is complaining that there's only one banana, eats a banana and drop the skin, and somebody's below eating the skin because they don't have anything else, right? So that is always a picture in my head. It goes something like that. Hey, Teeks, how are you? Something like that. So the person in the tree or the monkey in the tree complaining that there's only one banana, eats the one banana, drop the skin, look down, and somebody down there is eating the skin because they don't have anything else. So we're not going to complain, because as bad as your situation is, somebody else is going through worse than what you're going through. Oftentimes I find myself in the space of very often I find myself in the space where I'm saying, God, I thank you for the trials that I have, because I wouldn't want somebody else's trial. Right? I look around, I see people dealing with all type of health issues. There's homelessness. God, I thank you for the hard days that I have, right? It takes maturity to say that, right? It takes some experience to say that, but I find myself in that place very often. And I stay there. And even when I get disappointed about something, I still go back to, at least this is the trial that I'm facing and I can handle this. That over there, I can't. I don't want that. No. Thank God for my issues that I face. Thank God for the hard days that I've been dealt, because I don't want someone else's hard days. And I've seen a post on social media. I have time today, so that's why I'm chit-chatting, okay? We're not in a rush today. Even though I still need to finish up my studies for Bible study tonight. But I got time today. I'm not rushing. I seen somebody post on social media, and they said that if everybody, I think he said in the country or in the world, wrote down their problems that they're facing, drop it, and everybody get a chance to just dip in and pull out an issue. Would you do that, or would you keep the issues that you currently have? And that thing right there hit me. I will keep what I got. My problems that I got, I will keep them. I don't want somebody else's problem. I don't. I will keep mine. I thank God for the hard days that I've been dealt, right? I thank God for it. I can handle this. Don't give me somebody else's problem. So that is why we practice gratitude, okay? Because as hard as you think your life is, somebody else out there is going through worse, okay? As tired as you are, there's somebody else that has not slept in a week, okay? All right? All right. So we practice gratitude here because we know doesn't matter what we're going through, there's somebody else that their life is harder. They have less choices, less options than you do. Okay? And sometimes even these people with the harder situation, they're enjoying life more than you are with your little hiccup, right? They're out there and they're thanking God even more than you are. Good morning, Kitty. Good morning, Danny Beth. How are you? Even more than you are with your little situation. They're before God even more, right? Okay. So, good morning, Julie. So we practice gratitude here. Yes, 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 Aaron. Absolutely. It is humbling. It is truly humbling. Truly humbling. All right. So let's move on to the next. Let's move on. So our theme for this year is executive living. And with that theme, we have two mantras that we're walking through the year with. Mantra number one, I am an effective executive over my life. Mantra number one, I am an effective executive over my life. I want you to type that. I am an effective executive over my life. Just reading an email that came through. I am an effective executive over my life. That's mantra number one. Mantra number two, I only exude executive energy. I'm focused, I'm disciplined, I'm organized. All right, that's mantra number two. I only exude executive energy. Focus, discipline, organized. Yes, indeed. So I will not let every shiny thing pull me off course. Nope. I got to focus on where I'm trying to get to. Okay, I am disciplined. I cannot allow my emotions to control me. Yes, I'm disappointed. Yes, I cried, but I got to get up and do this thing because I still have a financial goal, still have an educational goal, still have a health goal. So I still got to get up and do this thing. I'm going to process my emotions now, but I'm going to remain disciplined. I'm going to get up and do the thing that I got to do. Okay, I'm organized. I'm not here, there, and everywhere and in everything and still trying to become. No, I'm only going to do the things that I got to do to get to where I'm trying to get to. Because I don't want to get there and I'm too exhausted because I was doing everything else. Now I get there and I'm burnt out. I can't even enjoy it. No. No, I'm only going to do what I got to do to get to where I'm trying to get to. I'm not here, there, and everywhere. I'm not scattered. Okay? Yes, Miss Gloria. Because sometimes we can be so busy that when we get to the destination, busy doing things that has nothing to do with where we're trying to get to. That's right. Stay in your lane. Busy doing things that we don't need to be involved in. And we get to the destination and we can't enjoy it because we're so burnt out. We're exhausted. We're irritated because it's like, again, I have time, so I'm going to chit chat this morning. I hope y'all are enjoying it. It's like traveling to go on vacation. Like, I cannot stand the traveling part of it. It makes me so exhausted. So when I get to wherever the vacation is at, all I want to do is sleep. Like, I don't necessarily want to do no excursion. I just want to relax because the traveling part of it just burns me out. It does. I think that is why I like staying home because the traveling part is so exhausting. Good morning, Lexi. Yes, Kitty, the traveling part of it is so exhausting. When I get to the destination, just let me put my feet up, put a good movie on, get some food, and I'm good. Hey, Maxwell, how are you? Welcome back. So, we have to remain organized. Don't be all over the place and in everything. Just do the thing that you got to do to get to your destination so you don't feel burnout and exhausted and mad at people because you made a detour. You got involved in something that was not taking you to the destination. Now you have all this anger inside of you because somebody made you mad, and you get to the destination and you cannot enjoy it because you took a detour. Let's not do that. Okay? Let's remain organized and go where we're trying to get to. Good morning, everyone. Thank y'all so much for coming in the room. All right. So let's pray. Let's pray the 23rd Psalm. Let's do that. I'm going to pray for all of us, and you are going to type in the comments, amen. It says that you agree with the prayer. All right. So here we go. The Lord is our shepherd. We shall not want. He makes us to lie down in green pastures. He leads us beside still waters. He restores our souls. He leads us in a path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we will fear no evil. For thou art with us, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort us. Thou preparest a table before us in the presence of our enemies. Thou anointest our heads with oil, our cups run over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our lives, and we will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen, amen, and amen. So that is the 23rd Psalm. We pray that every morning. You can pray that. You can pray other scriptures. Okay, so depending on where you are in life, find a scripture that connects to that place that you're at and pray the scriptures. It works. Okay, it works. Let's get into our affirmations. For those of you who are new here, you can find the affirmations in the front of my new book. Hey, Johan, how are you? Affirmations, this is what I'm about to go through. You can find them in my new book, Leadership Cheat Code. If you want a copy of this book, send me a message with the word book, and I will get it out to you or give you the information so you can get your copy. Okay, so let's walk through them really quickly. Let's do that. I'm going to read through them. You're going to repeat them to yourself. Good morning, Malcolm. Good morning. You're going to repeat them to yourself, and then you're going to type in the comments, I agree with that. There's so much power in agreement. So much power in agreement. So here we go. Here we go. I'm going to read through it. I'm capable. I am responsible. I am grateful. I am focused on growth. I control my attitude. I am authentically me everywhere I go. I am worthy of God's best for me. I am patient with myself. I am patient with others. I have compassion for myself, and I have compassion for others. I embrace positive thinking. I welcome abundance and prosperity into my life. I am courageous and I have peace. I forgive myself and I forgive others. My spirit is renewed. My mind is free. I have a success mindset. I have a clear vision. I am a discipline builder. I am accountable to my goals. I am innovative. I am influential. I am a winner. I am healed and whole. Today I choose peace. Today I choose joy. Today I choose faith. And today I choose to flourish. I give myself permission to be successful. I give myself permission to take up space. I give myself permission to live my dreams. I give myself permission to win. I am a visionary. I see beyond my present. I think beyond limitations. I create the future. Nothing is impossible for me. Nothing is impossible for me. I can have it. I can build it. I can become it. I can overcome it. I can heal from it. I can recover. Nothing is impossible for me. I can write it. I can launch it. Good morning, Coach Lily. How are you? Nothing is impossible for me. I want you to stay in that headspace as you're pursuing your big goals, your major aspirations. I want you to stay right there. Nothing is impossible for me. I can go there. I can live there. I can purchase that. I can heal from that. I can recover. I can write the book. I can launch the business. I can have the financial status. I can have the educational status. Nothing is impossible for me. It doesn't matter my background, doesn't matter my family history. If I just make up in my mind that I'm going to get this thing, nothing is impossible for me. So stay right there in that headspace, okay? And it doesn't matter who comes at you and say, oh, you have no experience in that. How are you going to fund that? No, nothing is impossible for me. I can do this. I can become this. I can overcome this. I can start over and still win. Yes, I can. I can start over and still win. Nothing is impossible for me. All right? Yes, get it. Yes, Jesse, absolutely. Get that thing. Whatever that thing is that you desire, go get it. Okay? Go get it. Nothing is impossible for you. You can absolutely have it, become it, overcome it, heal from it. All right? But you first have to believe. Okay? You got to believe. Because if you don't believe, it's not going to happen for you. You got to believe nothing is impossible for me. That dream that I've always had, the home that I always wanted, you can have it. Yes, you can. Okay? The emotional status that you want to get to, where things that people do, it does not bother you anymore, you can absolutely get there. Okay? You can get there. The space of healing and forgiveness, where the person can walk in the room and it doesn't bother you at all. You can actually have a conversation with them and still be okay. That is possible for you as well. Okay? So it's not just about material things. It's not. It's about your healing, shifting in your mindset. Yes, Lexi, it's possible for you and that coworker. It's possible. They can walk in the room and it doesn't faze you. You can get to that level of healing, right? You can get to that level. You can absolutely get there. They walk in the room and it doesn't bother you. You can have a conversation with them and don't even think twice about it. Okay? And be polite. Okay? And not rehearsing whatever the hurt or the disappointment or the irritation was. You can get there. It is possible. It is possible. Okay? All right. Yes, Carol, you can and you will. Absolutely. You can get there. All right. Let's get into some announcements really quickly. Polite. Almost there. Keep working at it, Miss Arena. Keep working at it. You'll get there. You can. Yes, mental and emotional healing is absolutely yours. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You can get to that place where you can have a conversation. I'm telling you from experience. Okay? Okay? Now, it may not be a long conversation, but you can actually communicate with the person. There's been individual in my life that told me, why don't you just fall down and die, right? They were so angry at me for making a decision that's best for my life, right? They were so angry at me. And they said, why don't you just fall down and die? And I'm actually able to have conversation with this very person today, and it doesn't faze me, right? Because if I keep holding on to that aggression, it's only hurting me, right? And I don't want to be sick because of something that I'm holding on, or some anger that I'm holding on because of what somebody said to me in their anger and their unhealed state. I don't want that. Okay? So I can actually, and this person just tried to destroy me on every side. And now I can have a conversation. It doesn't faze me because I did the work that I needed to do. Right? So it's going to take some work on your part. It's going to take some work, okay? Becoming very aware of self and understanding people, okay? So you can get there. Take some work. It's going to take some work on self, okay? Becoming self-aware, loving yourself, understanding yourself, and understanding people, okay? All right, but you can get there where you can have a conversation with them and it doesn't faze you. You don't have to jump back to the 10 years ago when they did this and said that. No. Oh, thank you, Coach Lily. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I try to work on being a better person because I don't want to be the me of last year or the me of 10 years ago that was bitter and angry, right? I don't want to be that person. I don't. Yes, it is a process. It is. I didn't get there overnight. I did not get there overnight. I promise you, I didn't get there overnight. But it is possible. That's a part that I want you to hear. It's possible for you to get there. It's not going to happen overnight. Okay? It's not. It just isn't, because there are some deep hurts that you have to work through. Okay? Whether it's words or action. You got to work through that. But I want you to know that it is possible for you. It's possible for you to get to that level of healing. And if you're not able to do it on your own, get someone to walk through it with you. Okay? If you're determined to get healed to that level, get someone to walk through it with you. Okay? Because I didn't do all of this on my own. I share with you all the time. I hired coaches, I hired mentors to help me figure this thing out. Like, I really invested in myself. Really invested. Finances, time, energy. I invested in myself to be where I'm at today. So if you're not able to do it on your own, get someone to help you walk through it. Hey, brothers, how are you? DeLucas brothers, how are you? Good morning. All right. All right. But I want you to know that it is possible for you. It's absolutely possible. Not just a materialistic thing, but as Miss Jennifer said, mental and emotional healing is possible for you. You don't have to remain damaged by your past for the rest of your life. Because if you continue on in that, you're going to miss out on some beautiful moments in your life. You're going to. Okay? So don't let the pain and the hurt, even of yesterday or last week, carry over or go on too long because you're missing out on some moments. You can be so consumed by anger and disappointment that you miss something beautiful that is happening right in front of you. You miss out on enjoying a life that you prayed for, the freedom that you prayed for, because you're so caught up in the hurt and the pain of yesterday. Okay? So if you realize that that is your situation, you want to do some work on healing. Okay? All right? You want to do some work on healing you. You don't have to continue in the pain of yesterday. All right? And with that, I'm going to schedule another 30 days of healing. I'm going to schedule that. So if you don't have the Serenity Devotional, get this book so that we can walk through it together. I'm thinking maybe we'll do it in July. So we'll finish out this month with Leadership Cheat Code, and then we'll do 30 days of healing. We'll do 30 days of healing. How can you get it? Send me a message. Okay, send me a message with the word book. All right, let me see. Is it live on the bookstore? Let me see. Did I put it on there? I think I did. Where can I get the book? The link in my bio. You're going to go to the link in my bio. Just want to make sure that I did. I know I added it to the bookstore. So if you click the link in my bio, it should be there. If you don't see it, Serenity Devotional, send me a message. But I do have some on hand so I can ship it out right away. So I do have some on hand that I can ship out right away, okay? So for those of you who want to order, send me a message, and we're going to do the 30 days of healing in July. Okay? Counsel is the people fall. Yes, 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 but in a multitude of counsel. Yes, 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 absolutely. That is true. That is scripture. Yep. Is there a digital version? Not yet. Not yet. Okay, Professor Daniel, can you send me a message and I'll notify you once the e-version of that is ready. Okay? Professor Daniel, send me a message and I'll notify you once the e-version is ready. Okay? All right. Let's do some announcements. I guess that would fall into announcements. So we'll do the 30 days of healing come July. Okay? So mid-year healing, and yielding to the you that you're trying to become. All right. So for those of you who came in the room late, you may not have heard me introduce myself as a master life coach and mentor. With that, I do have a mentorship program. So if you're looking for guidance, for structure, for accountability, in pursuing your life goals, you can message me the word mentor, and I'll send you some details as to how you can work with me. If you want to read more about my mentorship program, the link is in my bio. Hey, Faisal, how are you? I hope I said that correctly. Will the fasting 30 days healing be at the same time? No, so the fasting guide is different. Okay, the fasting guide, that one is different. If I can get it, that'd be good. So this is the fasting This is the fasting guide. This one right here. It's also on the link in my bio. I have a few on hand for those of you who want to get into fasting, biblical fasting, that is, okay? Not about weight loss. It's not about weight loss at all, okay? And we're not fasting to change God. We're fasting for us to change, to heal, to get in position for whatever God wants to do, okay? So we can do the 30 days of healing, and then we'll try to do this one again before the end of the year. So this is 14 days of focus fasting, okay? 14 days of focus fast. We can do it again as a community after we get through the 30 days of healing, okay? So I have a few of them on hand for those of you who want to purchase. See the link in bio, all right? It's a wonderful and effective book. Thank you, Sarita. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So again, if you're looking for a mentor or a coach in this season, you can always message me and I'll tell you how you can work with me. All right. Tomorrow we are in week 3 of Mom's Mentorship Financial Edition. Again, if there's any mom on here that could benefit from financial mentorship, we're in week 3. There is no replay for week 1 and week 2. So if you want to jump in at week 3, you can always do that. All right. Jump into week 3. Just send me a message with the word mom and I will get you the details so that you can be in the room with us. Okay. All right. All right. Awesome. Our next group counseling session is coming up on the 25th. So that's next Thursday. Next Thursday, there won't be any Bible study, okay? Next Thursday evening, we will be in our group counseling session. So if you want to be a part of that, message me the word counseling and I'll get you the login details. It's not a live stream because of the sensitive information that we discussed during those sessions. So it's in a private room. If you want access to that private room, message me the word counseling and I will get you the login details so you can join us next Thursday evening, okay? All right, awesome. I think that is it. If you have any questions at all about working with me, about any of my books, you can message me and I'll be happy to share with you or answer any questions that you may have. Okay? All right. So let's get into the word of the day. Let's do that. So today we're talking about alignment. Yeah. Talking about alignment. We're on page 52 of Leadership Cheat Code. Again, if you want a copy of this book, send me a message. Okay. So we're on page 52 and we're talking about alignment. Yes. Let's talk about it. A lot of people say, oh, I'm only focused on alignment this season of life. But do you truly know what that looks like, what it entails, being in alignment? I know it's a very popular word. A lot of people use it, but do you truly understand what it means, what it looks like, how you actually live out being in alignment? Do you really know that, or you're just using it because it's just a popular thing on social media and everybody's saying, oh, alignment, alignment, alignment? Okay, let me help you out. Let's get into it. So the word of the day is alignment. And the theme for this word, when your action reflects your assignment or your life goals. All right. Now, have you ever driven a car that was out of alignment? Have you ever done it? I've done it before. And this was when I lived in Jamaica. I did it. My car was out of alignment. Very bad, right? It still moved forward, but it pulled to one side and it wore down the tires unevenly, right? And it required, yes. Needed many repairs. I see you, Miss Arena. Like, I'm so scared to drive a car that needs a lot of repairs. I'm scared. But it pulls to one side, it wears down your tires unevenly, and it requires so much more effort to stay on the road, right? It's other issues with the car. Okay. Yes, wheel alignment. Yes, Miss Jennifer. Now, it takes all this effort because it's not in alignment, right? It's not set in place correctly. Now, this is what happens when your life, your leadership, your business is out of alignment. It takes so much to keep it on the road of life, right? You still make progress. You're still moving forward. You can still move, but you feel force. It feels force. It feels frustrating, and it feels unstable. Right? Feels unstable. Alignment is not necessarily about perfection. It's about positioning. That's what it's about. Positioning. When what you believe, what you say, and what you do are in agreement, your results accelerates effortlessly. Right? That's alignment. That is. Worried, anxious about getting to your destination. Yes. That's why I'm so scared of driving a car that I know needs work. Right? So, by definition, alignment is a state of agreement or harmony between your values, your vision, and your behavior. That's why I said a lot of people talk about alignment, but they don't really know what alignment is about, right? They say alignment, but they don't have any values or standards that they're standing on. They don't have any values or standards that they're filtering their decisions through on a day-to-day basis. They don't. They just saying alignment because it's the popular thing now on social media and everybody's saying alignment, but they don't understand the elements of it. And you can tell based on looking on their life, right? Based on the decisions that they make, the things that they do, the places that they hang out, you don't really know what alignment is. You don't, right? So again, it's harmony between your values, your vision, and your behavior. Alignment shows up in how you live. It does. The things that you do on a day-to-day basis. So it's not just something you say. No, it shows up in how you live. Okay? Yes. Proper alignment is essential for achieving any objective. That is true. That's correct. So it means that your daily actions are consistent with your goals, and your goals are consistent with your purpose and where you're trying to get to in life. You can't tell me that you want to run a school, but you don't like reading. You want to start your own school, right? Maybe there's a skill that you've mastered and you want to start a school on this specific skill, but you don't want to read. How are you going to do that? Right? You don't want to read. You don't want to communicate. How are you going to do that? Right? How are you going to do that? Okay. Now, in professional terms, alignment creates synergy. It does. It ensures that every effort contributes directly to your desired outcome. Getting your body in alignment. Yes, I love that. Now, in personal growth, alignment brings peace. It does. You stop striving in directions that drain you and start building a life that fulfills you. Now, why alignment matters? Alignment produces momentum. When your values, your goals, and actions are in sync, your energy flows in one direction. This is where we're going. This is what we're building. This is what we're creating. So let's stay on this path. Okay? Let's stay on this path. You can get more done that way when your energy is going in the same direction, right? And consistently moving forward. You stop wasting time on detours and distractions. Don't want to do any detours. I was in a session on Tuesday, and the person that was facilitating the session was telling those in the audience, they said that, listen, this summer, anywhere you're going, make sure whenever you leave your house, that was the first thing he said, whenever you leave your house, make sure that you have a destination in mind. Don't just leave your house randomly just to go cruise around. Whenever you leave your house, make sure you have a destination that you're heading to. And when you have a destination, go straight there. Wrong place, wrong time is a crazy thing. Okay? All right? And even if it's not something crazy that happens, is the amount of time that you waste when you could have gotten the thing done that you needed to get done. So, he was warning. He said, for the summer, When you leave your house, make sure there's a destination. And when you've decided on the destination, do not detour. Get there. Okay? You have something that you need to get done. He was very stern. He was like, get that thing done. Okay? Leave your house, go get that thing done before you start. Because the mind comes up with all of these extra thoughts and all of a sudden you wasted the whole day and you got nothing done. Okay? So stop wasting time on detours and distractions. Make sure you have a destination and head straight there. All right? Alignment builds integrity. People trust leaders who live what they teach. When your words and actions align, your credibility grows. Okay? It does. Now, alignment also reduces burnout. It does. Yes, you need a plan for your day. Absolutely. Absolutely. You need a plan for your day. And here's the thing about it, like that a lot of people don't look at it. They don't look at. Like, if you just get up every day and you have no plan for your life and you waste the whole day, it may seem small, like, oh, it's just a day. But these days, they stack up. These unplanned days, they stack up. Before you know it, it's 5 years and you haven't gotten anything done in your life because your day, your 24 hours does not have a plan. There's no plan to it. And you're only thinking, oh, it's just a day. Those days become years. They do. They do. So that's a great point, Malcolm. You need a plan for your day. You do. Right? I was just scratching out when I was on camera. I was just scratching out. This is my list of things to do today, right? I got a plan. My list of things that I have to get completed today. Now, it doesn't have to be an exhausting list. It doesn't, right? See, it's not an exhausting list. This is from here to here. I have to get these things done before 5 p.m. today. So I have a plan for my day. You gotta have a plan for your day. Yes, Jennifer. Absolutely. Because you're thinking, oh, it's just a day. It's just 24 hours. Those 24 hours add up. They add up. And if you don't stop saying, oh, it's just a day, and start making plans, you are going to be left behind. You're going to get to a certain age in life and you're going to feel like, oh my God, where did the time go? Why haven't I accomplished this thing yet? That's because you've just been looking at it like, oh, it's just 24 hours. It's okay. I don't need to write anything down. It's just 24 hours. Let me calm down before Miss Gloria says that I'm soft shouting. You need a plan, okay? Have a plan for the day. At least have 3 things on your list that you know you're going to get these things done. Okay? I'm calming down, Miss Gloria. I'm relaxing. Okay? You got to have a plan for your day. Because days become weeks. Weeks become months. And then a year. Okay? Oh, it's just a year. And then it's 10 years. And you're very frustrated with yourself. Very unhappy with your life because you did not have a daily plan. All right? I just want to help somebody. Soft and firm. Yes. I just want to help somebody. Okay? About having a plan for the week. Yeah. So if you have a plan for the week, then you break those down. So, okay, today I'm getting this thing done. Tomorrow I'm getting this thing done. Okay? Can you speak and schedule time off and schedule time off or sabbatical? Retype that. I don't think I understand the question. Can you speak and schedule time off and sabbatical? Retype that, Miss Gloria. I don't think. Speak on it, on scheduled time off. Well, that is important. Resting is important. It is. But some people are just resting every day. Oh, I'm tired. I need to rest every day. So schedule the rest time. Schedule your sabbatical. Okay? Schedule it. That's okay to schedule your time off when you're just not doing anything. I'm just going to relax, okay? I'm just going to relax. You can schedule that, all right? But just going every day, like every day is a sabbatical, that's dangerous to do that. It's very hazardous to your future. Just living every day like it's a sabbatical, like it's a day off. No, you can't do that. But yeah, scheduling rest time, getaway time, that is important to reset, to rest and reset. That is very important. Okay? Patterns that cannot break, so they live in constant loops of failure. Michael, that is a hard truth. That right there is a hard truth. And the thing is, patterns are not bad. Patterns are not all bad. You need to find healthy patterns. Okay? Healthy patterns. I know I'm waking up at this time. I know I'm eating this type of meal that really helps me, right? Gives me energy, but it doesn't do all the other stuff, right? So patterns in general, they're not bad, but you got to find the healthy patterns that you want to continue to live with. Okay? All right? So patterns in itself, it's not bad. That pattern of laying on the couch and binge watching those movies all week, that is bad. Very bad. I know it feels good, but that's very bad. Get up off the couch. Go do something. Read a book. Even if you're on the couch, read a book. Okay? I know you like that movie. I know you like that series. And there will be times when you, again, schedule in your sabbatical so you can sit down and just watch that. Don't have to have a book. Don't have to have a laptop. Okay? There'll be times when you schedule that in. But if you're doing this week in and week out and week in and week out, that's a danger to your future. It is. It is. And, oh my God, y'all need to look up Jim Rohn and just listen to his seminars, right? Because he has this one that he says, well, the guy says, oh, I'm tired. I'm going to sit on the couch. And he says, you're tired and you're broke? That's what he says. You're tired and you're broke? That's double bad. That's double bad. Yes, you can be tired, but you got to understand that there are seasons in your life where you're really going to have to work hard because you want to create a specific life. Okay? There's a life that you want to create and it is going to take work. You don't want somebody handing that life to you because you run the risk of them coming back and saying, oh, I gave you that life. I did that for you. Okay? So yes, I understand that you're tired. I understand. I do understand. But do something that is going to help you to create the life that you want. Okay? I understand that you're tired. Take a little break. But get back up and build the life that you desire. Okay? Build the life that you desire. Binge watch TV because the time is better spent learning from. Yes, absolutely. I listen to all his seminars. I have some of his books here. Okay? I know you're tired, but you got to build that life. And you may be looking at somebody that is uber successful now and see, oh, they're always vacationing and they're always here and there. Do you know what it took for them to get there? Do you know the sleepless night that it took for them to get there? Do you know the amount of books they had to read? Do you know the amount of events that they had to say no to so that they can invest the money in what they're trying to build so that they can live the life where they're vacationing all the time? So never compare yourself to or try to do what they're doing now in their success. Figure out what they did before they got there. Okay? All right? So don't, oh, I got a vacation every 6 months. Are you in a place where you can do that in a healthy way? Are you in that place? And if the answer is no, put the work in. Put the work in. Because you can get there. All right? Lord, I just said a whole lot, but I hope somebody got it. Know what they lost? Yeah. Yeah. You don't know the amount of time they had to give up on family event because, hey, I got to go pitch this idea to this investor. Okay, I got to pitch this idea. I believe in this thing. I know it's going to do well. And I always use Jeff Bezos as an example. For the first few years, I won't say the name of his organization. You know the name of his organization. They did not make any money on the stock market. They did not. He didn't make any money on the stock market at all. So he suffered a lot of loss in the beginning to now have the status that he has, right? So don't just look at their success today. You really need to look into what they gave up, what sacrifices they made, okay? You wish there was another word for work? Yeah, you got to do the work. You have to. Yes, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. They see the end result. Wait, why is this thing giving me a puzzle so early? Hold on. Let me do TikTok's puzzle. I do need to go into settings and update that thing. Ex-boss is a millionaire, but he lost his family. Yeah, so again, communication is a really big thing when you're going after major aspirations, right? Communication and understanding is a really big thing when you're trying to build something. What do I mean by that? If you're going after, say, a $1 million company, right? You want to build $1 million company and you have a family, you have to communicate, constantly communicate. I'm trying to build this type of life for us. The only way I'm going to be able to give us this type of life, I have to put in work in building this business. Okay? So you got to communicate with your spouse. You got to communicate with your kids. Make sure that there's some understanding, because this person that made the money but lost their family, how much communication was happening there? I don't know their story, but I do know that communication is a very big part of it. You got to be able to communicate. There's a specific life that I want to give you all. And the only way I'm going to be able to give you all this type of life, I have to build this. And building this is going to require a lot of time, a lot of investment. I'm going to have to make a lot of sacrifice. Communicate, okay? And make sure that there is understanding there, okay? So again, yes, success comes with a lot of loss. So whether it's lost time with the family, but making sure that you're communicating, loss of friendship, because there are some individuals that they don't want a life like that or build something like that. They can't understand that concept. So you may have to walk away and go build it and then come back, right? Another person that I talk about is Lisa Nichols, right? She's a famous speaker, right? She said that once she started getting opportunities in other countries, her family came at her like, why are you all of a sudden hanging out with this type of people? Because she's building something. So she had to leave the family group that could not understand what she was building, go build it, and then come back. So success does come with sacrifice, a lot of sacrifice. If you want to do something great, you have to settle in your mind that there's going to be a level of sacrifice that is going to be painful at times, right? It's going to be painful at times. It will be. You just got to settle with that in your mind. It's a part of the journey. It is a part of the journey, right? And again, communicate. I communicate to my kids about my time that I'm building on social media. Kate, I communicate to my kids about my time that I'm building on social media. Right? On social media, doesn't she have I do have a life outside of social media. I do. But I'm building something and I understand the level of sacrifice that comes with it. Okay? I understand the level of sacrifice that comes with it. Now I communicate with my kids. This is what I'm trying to do. And they see the results that I've produced over time. They're seeing it. And they're enjoying it as well. So what I'm building, the legacy that I'm building, they can see how they will benefit from this thing in the long run. Okay? All these books that I've written because of social media, all of these books that I've written, they can take control of this thing and operate it, right? All of my classes, all the things that I've taught and recorded, all they have to do is learn how to market this thing. So yes, I spend a lot of time on social media because of what I'm building. Okay? And they understand it. I communicate with them. Yes, I do scheduling time with them. We get time together. Y'all know. I always share that background part. So I get time with them. I spend time with them. Right? I do all the mommy things, running and back and forth and the basketball and the soccer games. I do that. And that's the level of work and investment that I have to put into the life that I want and the future that I want to create for them. So, say all that to say, we didn't even get that. But I hope that y'all got something from all that I've said today. But building something great, building the life that you desire is going to take sacrifice. Okay? It's going to take sacrifice. But make sure that those who mean a lot to you, that you're communicating with them. I gotta put this time in. I gotta, and don't get there and then forget about those who were in the sacrifice with you, okay? Don't get up there and now you forget about those who waited on you until you get there. There's so many angles to this thing, but I want y'all to get the full picture, okay? Don't get up there and now they're too small for you. Don't do that. Because as fast as you got it, you will lose it, okay? So be very careful when you get up there. Even though you made a lot of sacrifice to get up there, don't get up there and now you're looking down on those who are waiting on you. Okay? I see people who do that a lot. You get up there and now you don't want the spouse anymore. Don't do that because you will pay for it. Life is crazy in that way. You will pay for it, so don't do that. Okay? All right. Yes, my friend, look up, look onwards, as Maverick always say. Upwards and onwards, as Maverick always say. Okay, Lord, let's see. Let me get through this. We're way over the time, but it's okay. I'm going to give you, let's finish up why alignment is so important. Then I'm going to give you some signs that you're out of alignment, okay? So alignment reduces burnout. Misalignment forces you to live divided, doing things that conflicts with your belief, or it stretches you beyond your priorities, okay? But alignment restores balance and ease to your life. Alignment accelerates results. In business, alignment ensures that every system, every strategy, and every decision supports the main mission that you're on. The clearer the alignment, the stronger your performance is. Now, here's how you know if you're out of alignment. Here's how you're going to know. If you feel constant inner conflict, should I go here? Should I go there? Should I do this? Is this too much? Is this too little? Just chaotic. You're out of alignment. You don't understand your values and you're not making decisions based on them, right? So if you're always, is this too much? Is this too, you're out of alignment. You're out of alignment. Next thing, if you're saying yes to things that don't align with your purpose and your values, you feel uncomfortable, but you're still doing it, you're out of alignment. You are. You know this thing is compromising, but you're still doing it, you're out of alignment. Okay? The next thing, you're exhausted but not fulfilled. So you're doing a lot of this and all of this and everything and going everywhere, but you feel unfulfilled, you're out of alignment. Busy with no purpose. You're busy with no purpose if you're not feeling fulfilled. So you're out of alignment. The next thing, you're working hard, but not on the right things, right? Not on the right things. You want to build this hair empire, but you're over here looking at grocery stores and researching all of that. What does that have to do with an empire that focuses on hair? It doesn't. So you're working hard, but not on the right things. You're out of alignment. You're unclear about what success means to you. And this right here, I have to pause. You're unclear about what success means to you. You need to define it. Not somebody else, not what your mom says, not what the teacher told you. You have to define what success means to you. You got to define it. Okay? All right? Another sign that you're out of alignment is that you make progress, but you still feel disconnected. So you're achieving some things, but you still feel disconnected. That's because it's out of alignment. It's not what you're supposed to be doing. Okay? Now, when your definition of success is borrowed from others, you will always feel like you're behind. I want you to hear that. When your definition of success is borrowed from others, oh, that is what success looks like. Okay, I want that. You're always going to feel like you're behind. You're always going to feel like you're behind. So that is why I said you have to decide, what does success look like? What does success feels like for me? Right? What does it feel like? I hopped in my bed. When was it? A few mornings ago. And I got in my bed and I was like, oh my God, this feels so good. Now this is what success feels like. It feels so good. Remember, I slept on the floors before, right? I was sleeping on the floors for a very long time in the projects in Brooklyn, New York. So success for me, having my own bed. Nobody's telling me to get up and get out, right? There's nobody knocking at the door telling me to get out of my house, right? I got in my bed. I was like, oh my God, this feels so good. This is success for me. So it doesn't have to be connected to a lot of money. And this is why I said to you, you have to decide what success feels like to you. I got in my bed and it felt so good. I was like, oh my God, thank you, God, for this life. Thank you for the way that I'm living right now, because this feels so good. I'm at peace. I'm not confused about anything. It felt so good. So you, and that is why I say you have to put a definition for success for yourself. Don't borrow it from anybody else. Because if I borrowed the definition of success, I would be frustrated. Oh, you don't have this. Oh, this person's not in your life. Or that thing is not going the way that. No, this right here, this is success. Okay? And it feels good. It feels good. All right. So you got to decide. Thank you, Miss Gloria. You got to decide what success looks like, feels like to you and for you. Don't borrow it from somebody else. Don't do that, because you're always going to feel like you're behind if you're borrowing from somebody else. Oh, I need to catch up because they're doing this. Oh, next month they're doing that. I got to do that too. No. You're going to mess up your nervous system trying to keep up with someone else because your definition of success was borrowed from them. So let's not do that. Okay? Let's not do that. So here's how you're going to get realigned. Let's go through that. For those of you who are just coming in the room, we're reading from my new book. We're on page 52, 53, and I think 54. And 54. Okay, if you want a copy of the book, message me. So we're talking about alignment today. If you want a copy of the book, message me the word book. Okay, so let's look at the process of realignment. So if you've recognized that you're out of alignment, here's how you're going to get back in alignment. Step one is to assess. You got to pause and evaluate where you are. So you're going to ask yourself, what's working right now? What feels forced or draining? And that is a sure telltale that you're not in alignment. If you have to force the thing, if it's draining you every time you come in contact with it, you're out of alignment. You are. So what's working? What feels forced or draining? Where am I out of sync with my core values and priorities? Where? Right? So awareness is the first step to correction. The second thing that you're going to do is revisit your vision. So I'm sure you should, but I guess not everybody does. What is the big vision of your life? Do you have a big vision for your life? Do you have that? You need one, okay? Because it's going to give you direction. It's going to tell you when you're off course, and it's going to tell you when you're making proper progress, okay? So you're going to revisit your big vision. Clarity and alignment works hand in hand. Review your long-term goals and ensure that they still reflect the current purpose and season of life that you're in. Okay, so maybe you wrote out your big vision 3 years ago. This is what I want my life to look like. Now, things may have changed over that 3 years, and you need to do some adjustment to that big vision. You know what? I don't really want that anymore because I've grown so much, and I see where that thing right there is not really necessary for the life that I want to live, right? Right, because for me, like later on in life, I want to just move to a little town where everybody knows everybody. I don't want the busyness, all the vehicles. That's why I moved from New York. One of the reasons why I moved from New York, like there's sirens going off all day. And there was a police station just outside the project that I lived in Brooklyn. Like there are ambulances and police cars all the time. It was so annoying. I went back to spend a weekend with my dad. I was like, nope, Saturday, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Can't. I think I went like Friday, and by Saturday, I was on the train back home. I can't do it. It's too busy. No. For me, I want to retire to a little town that is quiet and everybody knows everybody. You know, you could walk to the little convenience store and walk back to your house. That's what I want. Okay? So my big vision years ago, as my life changed, as I grow and as I mature, I'm realizing that maybe I don't need that part, and it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to change your mind. All right? I know we're over time, so if you got to go, I understand. Okay? It's okay to change your mind. So revisit your big vision. Is it still in alignment? Is it still something that you desire? Is all the parts of it things that you desire? Because what mattered a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, it may not matter today. Okay? It may not matter today. And if that big vision is adjusted, then you know that you got to adjust some things that you're doing right now because it may not be necessary. Okay, so the second thing to get back in alignment is you're going to revisit your big vision of your life. Is it up to date to where you are currently? The mental transformation that has happened to you, right? The financial growth that you've experienced, the healing that you've experienced. So maybe your big vision, you made that big vision while you were going through some hurt or some pain. And now looking at the big vision and you're in your healed state, you may recognize some things that, you know what, that is not necessary. I just said that because I was hurting. So let's take that out of it. Let's rework this vision. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay. All right? It's okay to change the vision. That's fine. Because as you grow and you evolve, you'll recognize, maybe I could add that. Maybe I could take that away because that is not necessary. It's okay to change your mind. Okay, I want you to know that. You have the freedom to do that. All right? All right. So revisit your big vision. The third thing that you're going to do is define your core values. Define your core values. Values are the compass to alignment. So you're going to identify what matters most to you. Things like integrity. Okay? Integrity, service, growth, excellence, balance. Okay? So these are all values that you need to have, and some others with it. I'm just giving you some examples. Integrity, service, growth, excellence, and balance. So you're going to use them to filter your everyday decision. I started out by saying everybody say, oh, I want to be in alignment, but they don't have any values that you're standing on. Values are the compass to alignment. Okay? All right? So you need to have some values that you're going to use to filter the decisions that you make. So if it's not integral, you're not doing it, because that would be out of alignment. If it's not helping somebody or serving somebody, you don't need to do that because it's out of alignment. If it doesn't help you grow, then you're not doing it because it's out of alignment. Okay? Every decision needs to flow from your core values. You must have a value system that you're working from. If you don't know how to create a value system, I do teach that inside of my mentorship program. So you can get in the Action Accelerator. There's a whole lesson on value system inside of the program. Okay, so if you don't know how to create one, because again, not everybody was raised the same way. There are a lot of things that I had to learn in my adulthood because of the life that I wanted. And this is not to blame parents, but they gave you the best that they had. So now it's up to you. As I told you, a therapist that was speaking in a session that I was in, she said, you can reparent yourself. You can. If there's some things that they didn't teach you, you can reparent yourself. Okay? So if maybe there are some values that you were taught that you don't think is good, right? You can reparent yourself. All right? You can reparent yourself, but you must have a value system that you're working from. Step 4, you're going to simplify and prioritize. Everything good isn't necessarily good for you. And again, this is why you have to have your own definition of success. Don't do it just because it's good. It's not necessarily good for you or good for this time or good for this season of life. Okay, so simplify and prioritize. Focus on what aligns with your immediate objective for your life and eliminate unnecessary commitments. Okay, number 5, you're going to commit to consistency. Alignment is a daily practice. It's maintained through intentional habits, honest self-reflection. Got to be honest with self. You know what? I made this decision and it got me out of alignment. So let's course correct. Honest self-reflection and continual recalibration when life shifts. So as life change, you're going to recalibrate. You know what? This is not necessary right now. So let's recalibrate. All right. So today, think about these things. Here's what I want you to think about. What areas of life or business feels misaligned right now? What values guide my decision? And if you can't identify at least 3 values that's guiding your decision and guiding your day-to-day living, I need you to make some time to create that. Okay? Type it into ChatGPT. What are some good values if I want to live this type of life? Right? What are some good values that I should have in place? You can ask it. If you're not sure how to come up with them yourself, ask it. All right. And if you want to build out an entire value system, you can get in the Action Accelerator. Thank you, Paul. So what values guide my decision? Am I living by them daily? What commitments do I need to release or restructure to realign my focus? What's one action that I can take today or this week to move back into alignment? So I want you to think about those things. I'm going to leave the rest of it. We're way over time. I'm going to leave the rest of it. Again, if you want a copy of the book, you're going to message me the word book so you can get your copy and follow along with us. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Are there any questions before I go? Any questions before I go? Fun and Funny Mago, send me a message. Okay. I won't be able to respond to your comment. So message me the word book. Send it to me in a message, okay? Fun and Funny Mago. Send it to me in a message so I can respond. Any other questions before I go? Let me know. There is Bible study tonight, if that question was coming. So Bible study tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on my ministry page, World Changers Ministry. So find me there. I will be live there tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay? Any other questions? Any questions? I'm going to make some declarations and then we'll say bye for now. Okay? So I'm going to decree for all of us. We know that life and death lies in the power of the tongue. What you speak is what you see. So be very intentional about what you're speaking over yourself. Okay? All right. Awesome. Thank you so much for following. I appreciate you. So here we go. I'm going to decree for all of us, and you're going to type in the comments, I agree with that. I agree with that. I'm not an English teacher, my friend. I'm not. I speak the way I do because I read a lot. See all them books down there? Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's decree. Let's do that. You're going to type in the comments, I agree with that. So here we go. I decree that the Lord is blessing us and keeping us in all our ways. I decree that his face and his favor is shining upon us and giving us peace. I decree that we're healthy and strong in body, mind, and spirit. I decree that we're well balanced in every area of our lives. I decree that we're blessed coming and going. I decree that our storehouse, our savings, our checking, our investment accounts are blessed with abundance and overflow. I decree that we're blessed with clear direction and a disciplined life. I decree that the rain of abundance, favor, and goodness is falling on us. I decree that we're blessed with success, with prosperity and provision. I decree that we walk today in faith and expectancy with results. I decree that we're empowered to prosper in our walk with the Lord. I decree that God's grace is giving us speed and acceleration in all that we do. I decree things of value is coming our way today. I decree that the Lord is amplifying our voices and perfecting our gifts. I decree that God is connecting us to great men and giving us strategic kingdom opportunities. I decree that we are victorious in life. And that is how we program a productive and a successful day. So now our mindset and our intentions are set for today, and we understand that anything is possible when you have the right mindset and the will to do what you say you're going to do. Thank y'all so much for typing I agree. Thank you. So here's where you can find the replay. It should be up in the next hour. It will be up. So on my YouTube channel, I am the productivity coach there. So you can follow me there. Hey, Javi, how are you? On Facebook, I'm Anika V. Brown. The replay will be up in the next hour. So you can rewatch it or share it with someone that you know needs to hear this message. All right? Take the day on with faith and expectancy. Expect good things. Expect answered prayers. Expect promotion and increase. Anything is possible when you have the right mindset and the will to do what you say you're going to do. You're welcome, Liz. You're welcome. So get back in alignment today. Again, it's okay to revisit your big vision and adjust it. It's okay to do that. That's fine. And make sure that your definition of success is yours, not borrowed from somebody else, okay? Because I don't want you to feel like you're always behind. No. Get your definition of success. Yes, Malcolm, I'll see you tonight. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Gloria. All right, have an amazing day. I'll see some of you later tonight. The rest of you, I'll see you in the morning right here. Bye for now.